Howdy y'all, it's Marina Ray. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very exciting video. Steve, the Lawn Gnome here on BookTube, you guys probably already know who he is, has asked a few of us booktubers to participate in his monthly segment 10 for 12. For this month, the topic he chose for us to talk about is our top 10 Disney villains. I will link all the other participants' channels down below, as well as, of course, Steve's. Now, I am going to be picking my favorite villains, but I'm also going to be doing some book recommendations as we go along. So I am going to be picking my favorite villains, but as well as picking my favorite villains, I'm also going to give you guys some great book recommendations based on the villains that I talk about, or the show that they're involved in. My first favorite villain or villains are the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. I love the Sanderson sisters. They're quirky. They're like the Three Stooges of the witch world. And they're just, in my opinion, really likable, fun villains. I don't know if you guys know this, but one of my most anticipated releases of this year was Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel by A.W. Jantha. It's the two-part novel that was released on the 25th anniversary, and it has the Hocus Pocus story, but also a bonus story of Max and Allison's daughter. So, just in case you like the Sandersons as much as I do, there's a book recommendation. My second favorite Disney villain is Scar from The Lion King. I like Scar because he's calculating, he's a model villain, he's very sneaky, and what's a villain without being extremely persuasive? Scar is extremely persuasive. He finds a way to persuade not only the hyenas to like worshiping him, but he also persuades Simba to run off. The book recommendation I chose for this was Hamlet by Shakespeare. I know it's a very controversial theory. A lot of people don't believe The Lion King has anything to do with Hamlet. There are some similarities, but it's not exactly the same. Some common narratives are the uncle kills the king, the prince is banished, and as you all know, The Lion King is known for its saying Hakuna Matata, and Hamlet is known for to be or not to be. So there are some similarities, some similar narratives. Is it the same? No, but it could be likable to those of you who enjoyed The Lion King. My third favorite Disney villain is Maleficent. Maleficent is intimidating, she's menacing, she's scary, even to fairies that have powers. The book recommendation I chose for Maleficent is the second installment in the Twisted Tales series by Liz Broswell, which is a series that's inspired by Disney retellings. My fourth favorite Disney villain is it Shere Khan? Shere Khan?
Shere Khan or Shao Khan?
My fourth favorite villain is Shere Khan? Shower Khan? Shere Khan? You guys know who I'm talking about. The tiger in the Jungle Book. Now, personally, I love Shere Khan, Shower Khan, in the live action version of the Jungle Book. Shere Khan is just really no mercy, leader of the wolf pack, just really persistent. Now, I couldn't find a similar book to the Jungle Book, but if you guys didn't know, the Jungle Book is a novel. It's a classic, and it's actually a compilation of a bunch of short stories by Rudyard Kipling. My fifth favorite villain is Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. Now, Yzma is portrayed as really disloyal in the movie, but given how Kuzco treats everybody, I don't really blame her for her actions. Kuzco is really bratty and just treats her terribly, so I don't really blame her for a lot of her actions. Obviously, she's smart. She's very scientific, very lab smart, not really in a magical way as other villains seem to be, so I really think she's a unique villain, so I had to include her into this. A book recommendation for something similar to The Emperor's New Groove is The Emperor's New Clothes. The Emperor's New Clothes is a widely known children's classic, so if you enjoyed The Emperor's New Groove, you may enjoy reading that. My sixth favorite Disney villain is Hopper from A Bug's Life. Hopper is the definition of a dictator. He's very survival of the fittest and really just a no-nonsense villain. A Bug's Life is basically a retelling of the Seven Samurai, and the only recommendation I could really give you for this is to read Samurai 7, which is a manga. It's widely known for being an anime, but it is a manga as well, by Misaka Sihu and Akira Kurosawa.
Akira Kurosawa, that's a director, film director.
Akira Kurosawa. You heard it. In the manga Samurai 7, they're threatened by plundering cyborg bandits. So, Hopper's clan, cyborg bandits, I could see how it could be similar. My 7th favorite Disney villain is Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. Davy Jones' story is just so tragic. Everything he is because of his love for a woman, which is sad enough. He has a sad story. I do enjoy his character though. I think he is a great villain. And the book recommendation I chose for this is Pirates of the Caribbean, The Price of Freedom by A.C. Crispin. It's a 653-page novel published by Disney Edition, and it is about 25-year-old Jack Sparrow, a clean merchant seaman pursuing the career of being a first mate. The ship is attacked by pirates, his captain dies, and he finds himself in command. My 8th favorite Disney villain, the one I probably most love to hate, is Cruz from Coco. He's smarmy, he's a butthole, so materialistic, even in death. He's heartless and he has no loyalties. The book recommendation I chose for this is Lincoln in the Bardo by George Saunders. Lincoln in the Bardo follows the ghost of Little Willie Lincoln, which is President Lincoln's son. We follow his journey through death, and we also follow a bunch of unrestful souls' journey to acceptance. It sounded really similar when I was reading the synopsis, so I just had to include that. I haven't read it personally. I really wanted to after reading the synopsis. My 9th favorite villain is Lotso from Toy Story 3. Lotso is also a tragic villain. He has a tragic backstory. He's a dictator. He uses the weaker toys to his advantage, and he's just not a nice villain. But he's also one that you love to hate. It took me a while to find a book that reminded me of Toy Stories, but I did find the Toys Go Out trilogy by Emily Jenkins, and it's about a little girl's toys who go out and about, very similar to Toy Story. My last favorite villain is Edgar from the Aristocats. Edgar is very spiteful and annoying, and I really dislike him. But then again, I mean, if the cats were taking your fortune, what would you do? I couldn't find a book recommendation that was similar to this, but as you guys probably know, if you don't, there's an Aristocat book, and it's just a small children's book that maybe you can read to if you have children, or if you just enjoy reading small children's books, something you could think about picking up. So yeah guys, don't forget to check out Steve the Lawn Gnome's channel. This 10 for 12 segment that he created is just really neat and unique. And don't forget to check out his video as well as the other participants down in the description box below. That was a mouthful, and I will see you guys later.